It's like there is nobody who wants to buy. For those who have cash, they are going to let the market settle. And for those who are even long-term investors would say, look, I'm going to let things settle. There's no point in trying and go against the mob. The question we are debating and discussing and deliberating is that, is it time to buy fear? Or is it too early to say that we are getting a combination of fear and attractive levels? Vikas Khemani, good morning. Thank you for joining us. A lot of things which are happening in the world are beyond our control. But what is in our control is what you buy and what you sell. What are you doing with your clients' money? Are you just sitting tight or are you shopping?
Hi, Nikunj. I think, these kind of situations, of course, do offer extremely good opportunities. It's just that you have to decide when. And we are right now in early stage of conflict. We'll have to wait and watch what kind of situation turn it takes. So, our approach is that right now just watch the events. It's not that no one is sitting on a lot of cash and no one can deploy. So, if one is looking to invest, any new investor, they should just wait. And of course, this opportunity, whether it is in a week from now or 2 weeks from now, will be an excellent opportunity to invest, because these kind of events only do offer, when markets are fearful and uncertain, long-term opportunities, and we have seen this multiple times over. Of course, world has not seen this kind of geopolitical conflict for a long period of time, so what shape, size it takes, we'll have to really wait and watch. And of course, this is more than I think it's a sort of war of supremacy rather than between 2 or 3 major economies or world powers. And we'll have to sort of see how US reacts and all. So short-term movements could be uncertain, but I have no doubt that on Indian fundamentals, Indian economy, it will have no long-term impact. Most of the variables which we watch out for continues to work in favor of India, and I don't see any major dent in the economic recovery of India, whether it is this year or in the next few years.
You are waiting and watching. What are you looking at, or what are you monitoring? Would you be buying when geopolitical condition settles, or are you waiting for entry levels or better levels where you would be a buyer irrespective of what is happening in the world? So when a lot of our experts are telling us that we are waiting and watching, doing nothing. So what are you watching for? Prices to come down or the events to become better?
It's a combination of both, Nikunj, because see, today is only one first day of the event panning out. We do not know whether it will escalate further here or settle down, and there are lots of overtures which always being made. So it's never one. I mean, if let's say it escalates, can same company being everything remaining same, fundamental remaining same, can it come down by another 10%? Answer is very much yes. Fundamentals would not change. But at some point in time, many companies will start looking very attractive. And if one is sitting on cash, one should look to do that kind of investment. So like I said, that it's a combination of both. It's not one. Many companies, let's say, for example, we have spoken many times over in the past, IT services or banking. And IT services, will the IT demand go down in the world because of this event? Answer is no. Will India's leadership go down in this, in this? Answer is no. If the same company, everything remaining same, is available 20% cheaper, 30% cheaper, it is a very good opportunity to, buy. Same way, will a bank in India, operating in India, lending to Indians, taking savings from Indians, and, coming out of a credit cycle and growing, will that get impacted? Anytime on a business side? Answer is no. But, this is offering a great opportunity where prices are down 15, 20, 30%. So I think those are the one should keep taking those advantages as and when that comes. So price, of course, becomes an important. But only point I was making is not to kind of just jump in today, first day correction, and then kind of just wait and watch in terms of how events pan out. I personally would think that anywhere around 16,000, between 16, 16,500, there will be value buying opportunity which is occurring. And so once sort of one start getting clarity that this is not something very full scale up on all sides of the world powers, then one can start kind of nibbling in.
Sure. Because when the dust settles down, a lot of people have been saying that banks are safe right now, especially the larger ones. But given the kind of outperformance that we've had from ICICI Bank and SBI, would you say that even within these large cap sectors, one needs to perhaps look at bottom up stories? Maybe a Kotak and HDFC Bank would be better bets than ICICI Bank and SBI, which have already run a fair amount of course.
So I think their outperformance was for a reason. It was not for, out of any reason. So if let's say ICICI Bank has significantly improved on fundamentals and delivery and growth and everything else, that won't change because of this event or just because prices have corrected. So first part of that, and there was a time when ICICI Bank did not do at all well. It was trading for, for a long period of time without giving any return. For a 10-year period between 2008 to 18, it gave zero return. But, after that, so I think it depends on what data point or what time frame you look at. But I don't think, in both of them are great franchises. And I'm not saying that even Kotak is a great franchise and all those banks. So, but I would not decide based on only because one particular bank has outperformed and others have not. There's a solid reason market has looked at it and improvement in the businesses have happened. And because of that, they are doing well. But we own in our portfolio ICICI Bank and Kotak Bank both, which we like.
Fair point. The other space, Vikas, where perhaps the sell-off actually began first was the entire newly listed universe. Your everything from a Zomato to a Paytm, a Nykaa, etc. Some of these stocks are already at their issue price, and some of these have halved from their recent tops. Is this a space at all that you would want to venture in and touch right now, and perhaps even start to nibble in, if nothing else?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, we have spoken about many times in the past. I think their value at the time of going public, post listing, and even today, in my opinion, is far above their business value, intrinsic value. The way we see, we may be wrong, and we are not the only kind of right opinion. But we think that many of this, there's a lot of thought which was getting built, and they were all IPO'd in the middle of a frenzy. And everybody got carried away by that frenzy. And we have had a discussion on your channel in the past saying that many of these companies either won't exist after 5-7 years or will be available significantly below their issue price. I think we have seen some of that playing out. And I think many companies don't even have a business model, according to me. So one has to be very careful in terms of, of course, there are companies which are phenomenal companies with a good franchise, good team behind it. But valuations have to be right. According to me, most of them are still far above their intrinsic value or right value where we would look at.
I look at it is that, the Western powers so far are talking about economic sanctions. Nobody's talking about a full-blown military war. The way I look at things is that there is going to be an impact and there is going to be this supremacy fight which will continue. But my question, Vikas, is not on geopolitics. My question is that what could be that turning point for the market? There are too many factors right now. There is oil, there is Fed, there is geopolitics, there is FI selling. One of the factors have to turn in our favor. So what could be the turning point for the market?
See, it could be many. I mean, you've seen in the market, even market for long, It could be extreme amount of pessimism. For all market might correct here from another 5-7%, 10% from here. Who knows? Depending tomorrow if oil hits 120, 130, all those things are possible. So I would watch out the developments, and we do not know. I think if 2 days ago most of the experts believed that Russia is just posturing and they would not actually attack, right? Or they declare war, but they have, right? So we do not know what kind of responses. These are the situations nobody would know because this is so that every day that development happens, we don't know the motives, we don't know. So all those things are very complex games, and hence I would say there could be a point of extreme pessimism if, let's say, everywhere selling comes, or secondly, the point of finding value and say I can sit patiently even market goes further down, my stock price goes further down. I can sit patiently for next. Because I can see all these events, nothing changes, has impact on India. Whether it is sanction on any country, oil price going down or up, they won't have structural impact on India. Once the dust settles down, India is back on story. So whatever we are talking about is only temporary markdown or mark-to-market losses. Now, how much mark-to-market losses you can take, or your entry price will depend on how much further mark-to-market losses you can take, or how much sort of you can stay calm in this. It's a combination of many things, right? So I would say that price point definitely would be one point where people will start looking at nibbling in, and some sort of comfort coming that this is not escalating in a full-fledged conflict and other countries are not getting involved. Like we are hearing China now taking overtures towards Taiwan. Now, whether it was a precursor of China's intent towards Taiwan or it was only related to Ukraine, we don't know. Now, if it all goes into that direction as well, let's say, it could be. So we do not know. Geopolitical something, at least I don't understand. I would never sort of want to predict, but I think these are the situations we have to just wait and watch according to me, just to get a little bit more clarity before. Even if you were to sort of, leave some on the table, I would say next couple of weeks will decide. Don't pre-jump or don't jump the gun on anything.
I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. And it's a tough morning. It's a busy morning, yet you found time to join us.